dear viewers, and welcome to our show. Today we're going to be talking to you about a very popular topic. Is fasting healthy? So we know that the holy month of Ramadan is just around the corner, and a lot of us do choose to fast on different days throughout the year. So fasting is a very common practice that we like to partake in. But a lot of people have questions on whether or not fasting is healthy for the body. So that's what we'll be covering today. So let's take a look at fasting as a whole. When we do start to fast, what happens is throughout the day and as days progress, our body starts using our glucose or our sugar stores as energy. And once those stores, deplenish or they just finish, your body starts tapping into the amounts of fat you have as energy. Now, of course, that takes days because keep in mind that you're not fasting for 3 or 4 days in a row. You're actually breaking your fast every single day, so you are replenishing your energy. Now, how much of your energy that you choose to replenish will depend on when your body starts tapping into your fat stores. So for people that choose to, lose weight or are thinking about losing weight or reducing the amount of fat they have, Ramadan is actually a good time, and so is fasting. It is a good time to start, tapping into your fat stores and reducing the amount of fat you have. Of course, now it really needs to be done correctly. And for people that are really worried about tapping into their protein stores or breaking muscle, so a lot of athletes, are very concerned about breaking muscle. Really, that's the last stage that happens when your body needs energy. So once it's done with all your fat stores, that's when it will start breaking down your muscle to get protein as a source of energy. And like I said, because we do break our fast, we don't really need to worry about breaking muscle. We don't get to that stage. Luckily enough, we have hours that are set for us replenishing the food and the energy we need for the next day. Now stay tuned, we have a lot of topics to cover for you. Welcome back, our dear viewers. So let's take a look at some food options you should have to have a healthier fast and to be replenished with energy. Now, like we said, when we've talked in many previous episodes, I really like applying my plate into my lifestyle. So at Futur time, it's really important that you replenish your energy properly. Drinking plenty of water is very important because you do need to keep in mind that it's very hot outside, and when we're fasting, we're probably losing a lot of our electrolytes, so a lot of sodium and potassium through sweat that we may not feel that we're losing.
Чудно играть.
are someone that's going to spend all of daytime at home, you really don't need to worry about that. But if you are someone that goes to work or moves a lot at home or even outside of the house, you do need to worry about replenishing your hydration level. So drink plenty of water. For those that like an extra flavor with the water, coconut water is actually an excellent choice. Just make sure it's not sweetened. If you are not a fan of coconut water, 3 dates and half a glass of lemon or 3 dates and a glass of water will be plenty to replenish the potassium and the sodium you're losing. Now let's take a look at futur time. So at futur time, it's really important that you have a variety of foods. Try as much as you can to avoid fried foods. Now the fried foods will just be too heavy on your digestive tract. Always think of futur time as the time where you're really having breakfast on regular days, and we wouldn't really indulge in fried foods when we first wake up. So think of some things as simple foods. So maybe tashrib with little bits of bread, and then focus more on the sweet potato that will give you the complex carb, and even a regular potato. With the meat, make sure it's more of a leaner cut of meat, so don't have a lot of fat in it. Alternate, have chicken most of the time, or even fish. These will give you leaner cuts of meat with not much fat in them. And don't forget to include your vegetables. Not only do vegetables contain water, but they also contain a lot of fiber, which will keep your digestive tract moving. And of course, water, like I said, is very important. Another very important thing is legumes. Now, legumes will also give you a lot of fiber. So people that like to indulge in lentil soup, I say that's a good idea. Just make sure you have portion control. Now, stay tuned. We have a lot of topics to cover for you. Welcome back, our dear viewers. So let's take a look at the other meals that will be taking place after we decide to break our fast. Now, a lot of people indulge in the ghabga, or the snack that happens in between their futur and their suhoor. A lot of us also indulge in sweets at that time, or even fried foods. Now, like I said, sweets will cause a spike in your blood sugar. Therefore, it will leave you craving more foods throughout the day. If you do really, want to lose weight and want to develop a healthier lifestyle, then this is the time you should really avoid sweets. Maybe having fruits, because again, they're a good source of water, so they will keep you hydrated without you needing to drink water. And the issue with drinking too much water sometimes is that you lose on the calories, so you're not getting many calories, and you end up really depleting your body of essential calories and nutrients you need, because the time that we are eating is really very short. So I say focus on fruits, and focus on these fruits that are available in the summer, because these are fruits that are loaded with water. So things like watermelon and different types of melon, peaches and apricots and cherries, these are all loaded with water, and they're actually excellent fruits for you to indulge in. Again, portion size is key. So just use your fist as a guide to tell you how much you should eat. If it is something like berries or cherries, then just take a handful, and that will give you the correct amount. Now for fats, I really love mixing, a couple of or handfuls of raw nuts with my fruits. This will give me a good balance. Make sure they're unsalted, even if you don't like them raw and you want them roasted. Make sure they're lightly roasted without any salt in them, because we don't want you to become thirsty throughout the day. Make sure you avoid all these salty foods and all these snacks like potato chips and other snacks that could be loaded with salt, and especially eating outside, because food that comes from outside is usually very loaded in salt and will make you thirsty. And now, as you're coming to the end of the time period where you are breaking your fast, it's really essential when we are fasting for long periods of time that you do have a suhoor meal. Like I've said previously, make sure it's loaded with fiber, it's very healthy for you, and it's filling without having too much of the unhealthy fat. Definitely avoid the fried foods at that time period for you to stay full and happy and have a good night's sleep. Now, we hope we enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you all next time.